Hey there, so today we have another review. This is part of my cellar, some beers I picked out. Kenny came over with some Root and Branch beers and thought I'd share something in my cellar. And this is from the Garde. The Garde right over here. This is the Rouges. The Rouges? This is a spontaneous wild ale, aged in oak barrels with red raspberries and tart cherries. 6.9%. Bottled June of 18. Yeah, 18. So I got this not too long before I moved. I moved in 19. So what happened was, I'm pretty sure I remember getting, I reviewed some for you, but I think I remember one of my beer friends was getting a package from the Garde. It's like, hey, like somebody sending me a whole bunch. Would you want some? I paid him the cost of price plus shipping, but I don't know, whatever. So yeah, I'm surprised I didn't review this, but or review it before I moved, but yeah. So let's check it out. Carb is still there. This bottle is what, 8 years old now? Jesus Christ, baby! Look at that beer. Beautiful carb on that. Wonderful kind of a garnet, dark, ruby red color on the nose. Smells good, bro. That is tart red fruit. Red raspberries and tart cherries. Wow. I mostly get the cherry aroma. Reminds me of Jessica King. Yeah, Bobby from Jessica King sent me Montmorency versus Balaton. And one of my favorite beers was the Balaton beer or whatever. No, the one with the special Danish cherries or whatever. Anyway, smells like one of those Jessica King beers. Which is super fruit jammy, funky, acidic. It's just like it's a both. Actually, now I'm smelling it. It's both. It's a sexy combination of like tart cherry, tart raspberry seeds, and that juicy sour cherry character funk on that. The nose after 8 years, this fruited beer smells awesome. Carb is still there. Gorgeous. Oh. First off, it's a tart boy. Ooh. I can feel the acid going down my esophagus. So unfortunately, with 8 years, it definitely has probably. Sorry, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, not that I'm familiar with this beer, like I've reviewed it multiple times before. It definitely has. I can imagine what it could have tasted like fresh. It's definitely a awesome fruit complexity. So the sweetness of the fruit has sort of died down. Obviously, the pressure of the fruit's still there. You just smell it from a mile away. The fruit is still there, but it doesn't have the jamminess that it probably had, balancing fruit character. It probably also lost some mid palate. It's become quite sour. I imagine this beer was a little bit more balanced, a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more complexity of funk and sour. But with the age. But man, really nice kind of acidity up front. Good amount of vinegary, a little bit of acetic in there too. So both lactic and acetic. And then it's jam-packed with a little bit of that kind of fruit character. Not as intense as the nose. The nose is really intense fruity-wise. Palate definitely is not as intense. Get this beautiful kind of like vanilla sweetness, which is awesome. Has this kind of like a cherry ice cream thing going on. I imagine the vanilla is coming from the oak or something, right? But I can't imagine they're using really oak-forward barrels. So I'm not quite sure where I'm getting that light kind of. It could just be the fruit that's offering this kind of like candied sweetness, and maybe that's what I'm perceiving as vanilla. I'm not sure. Really nice and bone dry on the back end. Really tart, quite sour. This is a medium plus to full sour. It's a very sour beer. And again, again, I bet when it was fresher, it probably had a little bit more bounce to it, but that's still good. After 8 years, still tasting this good. Beautiful carbonation to it. Definitely still has the acidity. The funk is still there. The fruit's still there. The fruit's definitely died away a little bit, but that's still very good. That's a solid 95. That's still a very good beer. Awesome. Cheers.